So a lot of news to get into this week. Some really big lifts out of Bulgaria, out of South America, all around the world, and then a few different pieces of news that I want to get into. The first of which kind of stems from Ukraine, Russia, the war that's currently going on. I want to touch on that more so in the weightlifting sense, and then in the sense that one of our good friends, Sergey Putsov, who we've done tons of podcasts with, videos with, we've had him present for us at Weightlifting House, is currently stuck, in the middle of this whole thing. And I want to provide an opportunity for you all to help out in some way, because I know a lot of you want to. So the first piece of information about this is that the European Weightlifting Federation has followed the IOC sort of guidelines, and they have ditched Russia as hosts of the European Youth Weightlifting Championships that were set to be held in August. It seems likely as well that will mean that at the European Championships this year in Albania, which is sort of end of May, 24th of May it starts, most likely Russia's not going to be involved in that either. Now, to touch on stuff with Sergey, so some of you may have seen that he was actually on the news. He was on a news site, I can't remember the next name, it's going to show up now, and he was being interviewed there, and he was asked what he was going to do, and he said that he's basically trying to help his family get out of the country. I'll let that play very quickly right now.
It's a video with the bombing of my house.
This man left Kyiv before the bombing started there. Now he says he has no choice but to move his 11-year-old daughter to Poland.
I choose her safety, and that's it. And this is very difficult for me.
I spoke to Sergey basically last week, right as this kicked off, and asked him what he was able to do, because he was actually stuck in Kiev at the point that all of this kicked off, which is not the place you necessarily want to be. And his plan was basically get my family out through Poland, have them basically live in Prague, and the good news is he was able to get his daughter out there, so that's great. He's now in Lviv, and he's basically helping out as best he can. So what we've done, and we've made sure to donate as well, because speaking is one thing, but it doesn't do a huge amount. So we've got a link. It's weightliftinghouse.com/Ukraine. I'll put that down below as well for you guys to check out. If you want to donate to any of the charities or bodies that are helping out with this, or even directly to Sergey, we've put all of the information on how to do so there. But the important news right now is that Sergey is, I can't say he's safe. His family is safe. He says they're in Prague, doing paperwork with the police, and he's now helping people as best as he can. Let's head over to the weightlifting. We're going to kick things off over in the country that I'm in right now. In England, we have Freya Morrow, our 59-kilo weightlifter. She just hit 100 kilos in the squat jerk plus power jerk plus split jerk, which is a gnarly complex. Not quite sure why anyone would do that, but I don't know if it's one of those ones that she did it for Instagram or it was actually programmed for her. She has such a great coach that maybe it's just beyond my understanding of why someone would do this, but it's really impressive. Her best clean and jerk, 111 kilos, so this basically bang on 90% for that incredible jerk combo. She did it in the Weightlifting House belt as well, which is really cool. We're going to move over now to Georgia, just to pick up very quickly on Lash Telekadze, just touching this briefly. He is now back in training camp along with the rest of the Georgians. They've got a 3-month period basically now until they compete at the European Champs. He just hit 205 kilos for, I guess, as general an exercise as he will almost ever do, as far removed from weightlifting. He didn't do a snatch, he did a snatch pull plus snatch, which for most people would be something you might do close to peaking, but for Lasha, that's like a 3-month out type of exercise. That was at 205 kilos, 20 kilos off the most that we know he's done. His current world record, 225. Over now to Moldova with, he's my boy really at this point. I love the guy. Marin Robu, 81 kilo, the stanky leg himself, 162 kilo double in the snatch, which is crazy because he won the world championships in the 81 kilo category with 168 kilos in the snatch. He beat out Carlos Nassar. Granted, the snatch world record is 175 by Li Dayin. We've seen Liu Xiaojun do 177 back as a 77, which 100 kilos over body weight. Pretty impressive. If you know the heaviest person to snatch more than 100 kilos over body weight, comment down below. I'd love to know who knows out of this group of people watching. But even so, 168 was huge for Robu, and now here he is doubling 162. He then just competed last week, 162, 167, went for 170, Couldn't quite get under it. Clean and jerk 191, 196, which is big for him. 201 cleaned it, which as far as I know is a PR clean, or at least it's the most that I've seen from him. Failed to make the jerk. Over now to Bulgaria. This is the news that I wanted to touch on most. I'm kind of into the Bulgarians again. Not that I like their training methodology. It's a lot of fun. I've done it, I've done periods of that. I remember doing like a double day squat period where my squat went up by 20 kilos over a 4-month period or something, but I was squatting to max every morning and evening and doing back offs. It was a crazy time. But I'm kind of getting into them because we posted that video of Christov, which if you haven't checked out, please do. I uploaded it on Monday, and I called it Unbelievably Bulgarian, a play on the show or the training hall session Unbelievable Bulgarians from Iron Mind back filmed in the 90s. And so I'm finding everything that Carlos now does really interesting. Speaking of which, the Unbelievably Bulgarian t-shirt, which I think is just fantastic, is now available on all of our stores, Europe, UK, USA. So go pick one of those up. We've got them in men's and women's, different colors. Carlos just posted a video, and I want to say it's 175 kilos in the snatch, which is just remarkable. I mean, equaling the world record. He's 17 years of age. And what's interesting is he actually put in his Instagram bio, I've been told, let's check this right now. Well, he basically put his all-time personal records. So it's at Shturi, S-H-T-U-R-I. Yeah, he has put them in there. 175 snatch, 220 kilo clean and jerk at 81 kilos in body weight. 220 kilo clean and jerk at 81 kilos in body weight. I know I just repeated that just because I needed a second to take that in. That is unbelievable, and he's 17. What an absolute freak. So he just posted this 175 snatch, and then a clean and jerk. I think it's 210 kilos. I can't quite tell. He's lifting on black plates of different thicknesses, but I think it's about 210. Just insane. So anyway, go grab your Unbelievably Bulgarian tee if you are unbelievably Bulgarian like Carlos is. A little bit more news now, actually, that we need to get into with regards to Romania. As a lot of you will remember, Romania was not at the Olympic Games this year. They were banned around May of last year for various pops and positives from previous Olympic Games. And they were told basically if after a year you complete 9 conditions then you'll be allowed to come back into competition. The IWF has taken another look at their case. They have not completed the 9 conditions. They have completed 4 of the 9 conditions. One of the ones still yet to be completed is the fact that they have to pay the IWF a large sum of money. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but it was in the 6 figures euros. So it was over 100,000 euros. It might have been as much as 200,000 if my memory is correct. Last time I saw that was months ago. So they've still got a lot to do. But if they do meet those 9 conditions in time, then we will see them, and we'll see Loredana, I suppose, as a 71 at the European Championships in Albania. Next thing, very quickly, Coaches Only one-day international coaching seminar conference is now available. We've got 4 incredible speakers. We've got Max Ader talking on what we can learn from the Bulgarian system. We've got David Kirch, the wonderfully bearded German head coach, talking about the German technical model. We've got Ciro Ibanez, who's going to be talking about his lessons learned from coaching in 4 international training systems. And then we have Eduard Andruskovic, the Latvian and now Saudi Arabian coach, talking about Latvian weightlifting, the system that he helped in part create. We also have a roundtable at the end of that, 3 people talking about everything they've learnt for you to listen to. That's Emily Muscat, Olympian Emily Muscat from UK, Joshua Gibson, my boy, the People Scientist, and Lizzie Havers from Lateside Weightlifting Club. We've had such ridiculously positive responses about Coaches Only. We've had I'm just looking at quotes now. Greg Everett says, the Coaches Only event is not just a perfect way to allow developing coaches access to the insights and experience of successful coaches, but for those experienced coaches to connect with others and continue their own improvement. Spencer Arnold, I'll shorten this one up. He says, the first Coaches Only seminar exceeded my expectations in every way. I was shocked at how much I was able to immediately apply to my own coaching. Will Fleming says Coaches Only may be the most valuable opportunity a weightlifting coach has to improve in today's field. Justin Holly said Seb and his team have created an opportunity for coaches of all levels to enjoy it and become a part of a new community. And then Sergei Putsov said the value of this event is outstanding to the weightlifting community. So if you are a coach and you want to learn more and you want to learn more about international weightlifting, Coaches Only is the best way to do that. It's the best thing to happen to weightlifting coaches. That's March 20th. Over to Italy now, we have Antonino Pizzolato, the two-time European champion Antonino Pizzolato. Just hit a 110 kilo muscle snatch for a triple. Now, considering he's snatching around 170, very high 60s in competition, low 170s in training, that 110 actually pretty damn good. 1RM 120 maybe. They were grindy, but very impressive, nonetheless. Now, sticking with 81s, although actually now recently moved up to 89. Yeah, moved up to 89. We have Alex Belmar from Canada, who's looking great shape. Now, so he moved up to 89 at the World Championships, snatched a 7 kilo PR at Worlds with a 161 up from 154, which was crazy. Then he clean and jerked 189. That gave him his first ever 350 total. So he's doing very well. Anyway, the reason I say this is he just went to Aruba to train and hit the easiest, smoothest, nicest looking 155 that maybe I've ever seen from him. So I saw that and I was kind of excited about his progress, excited about the fact that he is now bulking up and is going to be able to compete. And also the fact that the 89 kilo category is now an Olympic category is a good thing for him. It's a good thing for a fair few people. I guess it's bad for him in the sense that Tian Tao's going to drop back down to 89. And no offense, Alex, you're not beating Tian unless he bombs. But anyway, yeah, very nice 155 from Alex. A crazy lift now from USA, Ryan Grimsland, 73 kilo Ryan Grimsland, 156 block snatch at 73. I've been following him since he was snatching less than me. I'll put it like that. Like 110, something like that. And I was like, yeah, this kid's good. He's like 62 kilos. 15 years of age, like obviously unbelievable, and then he's just flown. And then it seems like just recently he's really had another kick. I think from the floor he's snatching around 40, but 156 off blocks is just ridiculous, and he's still young, so huge shout out to Ryan for that. Moving down south now to South America, to the Dominican Republic, we have Zacharias Bonat, who took the silver medal at the Olympic Games in last summer. For those of you who don't remember him, his technique is he pulls with very close stance, feet totally forward, basically touch him. Very long limbs, very straight pull, beautiful brush. He's not much of a hitter of the bar. Not that there's anything wrong with that. That seems to be the way that you lift. But he's got some great lifting. So these aren't recent lifts. He posted some videos of a 155 snatch and a 190 clean and jerk that he did 2 days out from competing and taking that silver medal at the Olympics, where I think it was either 204 or 205. I think it was 204. He was in phenomenal shape there. But just interesting as well to see him doing like over 90% of his best 2 days out, which I guess is how he does it. And then finally over to Australia, where there was basically a Commonwealth Games qualifier in Singapore. Kiana Elliott, one of my favourite technicians. Just love the way that she moves. It's kind of like Ilya in the pull. The bar does go a bit forward off the floor. It comes back in so nicely, and she just moves around the bar kind of like no one else. Really love how she lifts. Normally a 64, competed at 71, and she got a 6 kilo total PR with a 66 performance, 100 kilos in the snatch, which I'm pretty sure equals her best ever snatch of 100 that she did at Nationals a year or so ago, and then a 120 clean and jerk, which is definitely the most I've ever seen from her. So huge shout out to Kiana. Hopefully we'll see her at the Commonwealth Games. And now it's time for the People's Lift, because people have been asking about it. I said I was going to bring it back. I haven't actually planned for it, so I'm going to go through my phone. I'm going to find some of my favorite lifts from you guys. If you want to be on the People's Lifts, just use the hashtag weightliftinghouse and or the People's Lifts, and I will find you. And if I like you, you'll be on the show. But before I do that, Weightlifting House training log. This thing is insane. Record training, train smarter, track trends, set records. This allows you to basically track every variable in your training, plot sleep, nutrition, fatigue, what you're supposed to do, what you did do, session difficulty, notes, track progress across various exercises, goal setting. It really is fantastic. We've sold hundreds of these since we launched. So if you're interested in upping your sort of tracking of training, then the Weightlifting House Training Journal is for you. I'll put a link to that down below also. All right, so we're going on the hashtag Weightlifting House. Or should I do the hashtag the People's Lifts? Over 10,000. Wow, this thing's taken off. Okay, we really should do more of this. Apologies. First one's a reel. I like reels. We've got Hannah, ESCH. Shock, another clean and jerk. We've got social media pictures up on the back of icons. Oh, Locker 27. It's a great gym. Fantastic lift as well. Using my legs instead of my T-Rex arms helps a lot, apparently. Who knew? Oh, enjoy the 90 kilo double. She's about to do a second rep. I mean, I think a lot of us knew that, Hannah. But I'm glad that you got it working. To be fair, 90 kilo double is a huge lift, so shout out to Hannah for that. Very slow off the floor. Is it supposed to be? What did it say? I don't know if it was supposed to be. That's surprisingly slow. That jerk's really nice. Just lifts underscore 102. 130 kilo-ish. Oh, because it's pound plates. God damn it. Power clean plus 2 jets. Power clean? Justin. Or just lifts. I don't know what his name is. It's not a power clean. That's not a power clean. I mean, it's not even a pow. It's 2 jerks, I'm sure. There's one. Maybe it's not even 2 jerks. Maybe he's lying about this whole thing. Just lifts. Come on. You're better than that, dude. You're better than that. That's a clean and 2 jerks. Here's our boy Alex Soviet Lifting, Alexander Ogren. Huge fan of this guy, really nice guy, huge weightlifting house guy as well. Nice. His lifting's coming along. What did he hit? 118 off the blocks. Let's go. Nice, Alex. I didn't know he was up at those numbers. Now we have the Miller Gym, 70 kilo snatch. This is at the peak of the nectar and nail cycle. Honestly, the names of these training cycles at the moment are just getting out of hand. Oof. Strong boy. Oh, I know this gym. Heartland Strength, right? Very nice. 141 snatch. Let's go. And another 41. You know what? He's at the same gym as Bo Brown, and he looks like Bo Brown technically, which is great to see. That's a lovely clean. Dude, this guy's good. Ben Sitter-Robles. Very nice lifting. Ooh, that's very Vardanian in the jerk, wasn't it? Okay, we're going to do one more. This guy's got a weightlifting house flag, so we're doing it. Polfey, 110 double. Some nice shoes there. That's a nice lift. That's a nice lift. Yeah, he's quick under. He stands up nice. What the f*** are those? Sunday Zumba at HQ. What are those plates? Who works and... Oh, no, Usaka. Okay, we're just watching a weightlifting house ad at this point. 3D embossed logo. Christo Christov with the straps. He's unbelievably Bulgarian. Get the straps. And get the t-shirt. At weightliftinghouse.com. This is a nice video. Alex, I'm guessing you made this. Right? Looking good. Oof. Let's go. Alright guys, that's the way we're going to end it. Links to support Sergey, links to help in that area, we're going to put those down below. Coaches only, also available. Everything I've mentioned is down there. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Weightlifting House News Show. If you want to be on the People's Lifts, you know what to do. Just head to Instagram and use the hashtag The People's Lifts or Weightlifting House. I don't know which one. We'll see. Best to use both. Cheers guys, take care. Catch you in a bit.